You excited, Matt?
I am now.
Nice.
Now that you decided to show up.
I know, I'm the worst. Such a celebrity thing to do, too.
Yeah, it is. Everybody wait for me.
Yeah, all right, I'm the last one here. Welcome to the Engine Noise Podcast, Car News and Coffee, brought to you by 1AAuto.com. Quality auto parts and thousands of how-to videos that walk you through your installs. Engine Noise drops on the 1st and 15th of every month with a little car news and coffee in between.
So it's just a quick little in-between kind of thing to hold the fans over, huh?
That's it, Matt.
Pretty cool.
All right, headline number 1. Hennessy Jeep Trackhawk is the fastest SUV on Earth, Matt.
Tell me about it, Jeremy.
All right. The Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk is an amazing machine. It offers the utility and capability of a Jeep teamed with Dodge's Hellcat 707 horsepower supercharged V8 engine. This makes it one of the quickest SUVs available. But the folks at Hennessy Performance felt that this Jeep could use a little bit more power, so they made a few modifications, and the process created the quickest SUV on the planet. Whew. The Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk is tuned by Hennessy Performance, and it's able to scream to 60 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds, which is about as quick as a $2.5 million Bugatti. Chiron? Chiron?
Let us know.
Yeah. If you're a Bugatti fan, email us at help@enginenoisepodcast.com. It also clocks the standing quarter mile at 9.66 seconds at the speed of 145 miles an hour, and it can top 200 miles an hour, which is pretty fast.
Yeah, that's insane.
Kind of scary in an SUV. Kind of scary in a Jeep.
Yeah, SUVs are a little top-heavy.
Yeah, if you've ever been in a Jeep with death wobble, you don't want to go over like 35.
I've never been in a Jeep with death wobble, but it sounds scary.
It'll terrify you.
Yeah.
You don't want to be part of that.
For those who might not know, why don't we talk about the death wobble a little bit more?
All right. The death wobble, if you haven't experienced it, you should definitely hop on the old YouTubes and Google death wobble. Now, it's not just a Jeep thing, but it is common in Jeeps that are worn out in the front end. Usually what happens is your Jeep or similar vehicle. By the way, I like Jeeps, for the record.
Yeah?
I'm not like dissing Jeeps by any way.
Dissing.
I'm not dissing them.
We ain't dissing.
No. So you hop in your Jeep, for example, or any SUV with this sort of death wobble issue, and you're cruising down the highway. Maybe you're going 60 miles an hour. You're within the speed limit. You're obeying the rules of the road.
Yep, like a good boy.
And then you hit a bump in the road.
Uh-oh.
And as soon as you hit that bump, your front wheels start going left and right at a rate that you didn't even know was possible. It shakes the steering wheel out of your hand, and it is the most terrifying experience of your life. You think you're going to roll the Jeep down the highway, like upside down, end over end, and the only way to get out of the death wobble is to slow the Jeep down, grab a hold of the wheel as tight as you can, and get down to a safe speed. And once you're down at, like, we'll say 15 miles an hour or something like that, the death wobble stops, and then you just continue going, and you hope you don't hit another bump.
Really scary.
It's caused by like worn out front end components. If you keep all your front end parts nice and tight and keep everything safe, then you won't have that problem. The good news is this Hennessy Performance Trackhawk is only priced at $179,000.
Oh.
So it's very affordable.
I'll get two.
That includes the price of the original Trackhawk. So it's the Jeep plus the Hennessy package, $179,000.
What is the Hennessy package?
Okay, so here's how it works, Matt. Jeep produces this Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 707 horsepower Hellcat engine in it, which is a supercharged giant V8 engine. It's awesome. Hennessy is a company that takes that Jeep and then takes the engine all apart, because why wouldn't you, right? It's a brand new engine.
Yeah.
Puts new pistons in it, probably strokes the engine, bigger supercharger, probably some better flowing heads. Then you have 1,200 horsepower, and then the total package costs you $179,000.
Okay. Wow.
Pretty reasonably priced if you're, a rapper.
I thought it was just a Jeep that was stocked with like a bunch of liquor.
No, I mean, I'm sure that there's a Hennessy Jeep out there that is stocked with liquor, but it's probably not 1,200 horsepower.
I don't see spending $179,000 on anything with wheels.
Maybe a house.
Yeah, if the house had wheels, yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's just a lot of money.
I know. Could you live in it? I suppose you could
in
for a little
Jeep?
while. Yeah.
Well, you probably won't have an option at that point.
Exactly.
You're going to have to.
Yeah. So should we move on to the next story?
Sure.
All right. The next story is not even a story. It's a tip.
Oh, okay.
It's a pro tip.
Pro tip. Bing.
I just noticed something on eBay the other day. It's $100 off of 4 tires. Now, we are not sponsored by eBay, Matt.
No, not yet.
I just saw this, and I was like, $100 off tires? That's my jam,
That's pretty cool.
right?
Yeah.
So
Tires are expensive.
yeah, I saw this thing on eBay. It's a coupon. If you just like Google eBay Motors and you go there and you choose tires, there's a gigantic coupon on the top of the page that says if you spend over $400 on tires, you get $100 off. If you like to burn tires like I do, or you need some snow tires for your Subaru, now's the time to get them.
Nice.
It's good until 10/28.
AM or PM?
That's not what I mean, Matt.
What do you mean?
I mean like the date on the calendar.
Oh,
not like
oh.
AM or PM.
October 28th.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yes. Okay. You know what next year is, Matt?
Is this a trick question?
This is not a trick question.
2019?
It is, but that's not like the answer I was looking for. It's the 50th anniversary of the Chevy Blazer.
I was going to say that, too.
I know.
That was going to be my next thing.
I know you were. So yeah, they started in 1969. So from 69 to 72 was the first like generation of Blazers, and they were awesome. You could take the roof off, and it was basically a Chevy truck that was a convertible, and it was totally rad. And
Just
it was
blaze around.
just blaze around, go to the beach, hang out the roof area, wear your tank top and your summer hat.
So sweet.
And then 73 came along, new body style, K5 Blazer,
Groovy.
that you can still take the back off, but not the roof. So it's less cool.
It's still cool, though.
Still cool. I've spent a lot of time in a K5 Blazer, Matt, and I
Yeah?
am pretty cool because of it.
Debatable.
So that hung around up until 88, and then I believe 89 to 90, or 89, 90, 91, they didn't make the Blazer, the full-size
Sad.
Blazer, I should
Yeah,
say.
sad.
Then in 92 to 94, they made a new body style Blazer, which was awesome. The newer style, like Silverado, Tahoe, Yukon type Blazer awesomeness.
Cool.
But during, let's see, I think it was 1983 that they had the S10 Blazer as well. 83, they came out with the S10 Blazer, which is like a mini version of a Blazer, and it doesn't have a roof that comes off, so it's not as cool. It has a 2.8 liter, or like, I think they had a 4-cylinder, maybe a 2.2 liter, I want to say. And then they had a 4.3 and a 2.8 V6. So no V8s.
Just whittle guys.
Nobody cared about those Blazers, except for the Typhoons, Matt.
What are the Typhoons?
The Typhoons are awesome. It's a Blazer that they made, I think they made like 6 of in 1991, 1,000 or 2,000 in 92, and then like a couple thousand in 93. And it was a 4.3 liter V6 turbocharged all-wheel drive Blazer called a Typhoon. What I'm getting at here is nobody cared about Blazers unless it was 1969 to 1988, and then 92 to 94, and then the S10 Blazers if they were Typhoons. S10 Blazers, if they weren't a Typhoon, nobody cared. And that brings me to this year. There's a new Blazer coming out for 2019. Are you ready for this, Matt?
I'm waiting. I know the entire history of the Blazer now. Is
Yes.
there a news story behind this?
Okay, there is. So next year is the 50th anniversary of Blazer, and Chevy's coming out with a 2019 Chevy Blazer.
Oh, snap.
And nobody's going to care about it. You know why?
Why?
Because it's pretty much a GMC Acadia.
Oh,
And that's a fine vehicle,
sure.
but it's not a K5 Blazer.
No, it's not.
You can't take the roof off. Doesn't have a V8.
So what's the point?
Exactly. So basically, you can spend up to $46,795 on one of these new Blazers, and you can't take the roof off it.
Well, yeah, no,
I
you could.
Yeah, it's true. I could get the roof
sure
off,
could.
but it doesn't. It's not intended to come off.
Yeah.
It also has 4 doors, which is unlike the Blazers of the 69 to 88 generation. Actually, 69 to 92. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think they were all 2 doors.
Well, I don't know how I feel about this, Jeremy.
Yeah, you can get these new ones in a base model for $29,000. They come with a 4-cylinder engine, or you can step up your game and get a V6 3.6 liter. Are you as excited as I am?
I'm pretty excited.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't have a V8. It doesn't have solid axles. It's just kind of a GMC Acadia.
Well, one upside is it's cheaper than the Hennessy Jeep Trackhawk.
That's true. It is. You could buy. Let's see, how many
of them?
$46,000 Blazers could you put in a Trackhawk?
3 3/4.
Yeah, 3 3/4. That's not bad. So I don't know. Would you rather have 1 Trackhawk or 3 new Blazers?
None of the above.
Fair enough, Matt. You win this round.
Jeremy, I have a news story as well. So you may have known about this Volkswagen emissions scandal, right?
Yeah, I've heard a little thing about it here and there.
You might think it's old news, but
is.
it's still going on.
I have read a little bit about it recently, actually. I think a few days ago, the CEO of Audi was removed from his CEO position, And Audi was fined $900 million for the diesel scandal business.
It's bad news.
Especially if you have to pay $900 million to somebody.
Yeah, that's a big ouch.
Yeah, and I think Volkswagen overall was fined like way more than that. I don't know what the actual number was, but I remember reading it and going, is that even a real number?
Yeah.
Like, that looks like more digits than I know how many millions that is.
Mm-hmm. How are you going to trust a company like that, Jeremy?
I don't know. Have you ever driven one of the diesel Volkswagens?
I have not.
They're pretty nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would totally buy one. And that about wraps up our Engine Noise podcast, Car News and Coffee. Engine Noise Podcast is brought to you by oneauto.com, quality auto parts, and thousands of how-to videos that walk you through your install. Be sure to tune in to Engine Noise Podcast on the 1st and 15th of every month. And until then, have a little car news with your coffee.
I can't believe that you haven't had a coffee all day.
It's weird.
It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember the last time I saw you without a coffee in your hand. Or at least at your disposal.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Yeah.
I'm getting into kombucha or kombucha. How do you say that?
Is that a martial art?
No, it's a delicious drink. It's like fermented tea or something.
Oh.
It's really expensive, and I shouldn't buy it.
I don't know about it.
But it's cheaper than like a latte. So it actually saves me like $1.
Well, it depends on how many you get. If you
That's
get
true.
a latte of them.
Every time, Matt. Every time.
I had to do it. Do you remember when we were talking about Rupert Grint?
Yes.
And how he used to own an ice cream truck?
Yes, I do remember this.
Did you also hear that there were rumors of him dating someone?
I did not.
Do you know who this someone is?
No. All I know is Harry Potter stuff. I mean, no, I don't know Harry Potter stuff, Matt. I'm way cooler than that.
There's rumors that he's dating Ariana Grande.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that's
gonna
interesting.
pick her up in his ice cream truck.
That surprises me. That's a strange mix.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect somebody from Harry Potter to date Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Huh. The last I heard of Ariana Grande, this is going to sound weird, but I think she was licking pastries in like a pastry shop or something, and she was caught on camera, and it got her in some trouble. It was weird. The whole thing's weird.
That is pretty weird.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard that story, but it was weird.
No, I did not.
Don't always trust the pastries in the pastry shop, Matt, because they might have been licked by somebody.
Like Ariana Grande.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, she's got plenty of ice cream now. She won't have to lick pastries.
Exactly.